I'm Marie James, Green Party candidate for Princes Ward in the local elections. This is coming up on the 7th of May, same date as the national elections. I think it's important to remember that voting in the local elections won't affect your vote in the national election, so feel free to vote for what you believe in. This election is a chance to bring accountability back to Lambeth, because democracy relies on having alternative voices challenge the status quo. Lambeth is one of the most polluted boroughs in London, and across the UK, deaths from respiratory illnesses as a result of pollution account for some 29,000 deaths a year. That's more than obesity and alcohol combined. And the most vulnerable people, the people most susceptible to suffering from these illnesses, are the young and the elderly. If we don't stand up for cleaner air, will Lambeth Council ever change their stock of diesel vehicles or introduce safe emission zones around schools and other areas? Since being nominated by the Green Party to stand, I've met with people in Knight's Walk who are subject to the potential demolition of their homes they've lived in for a long, long time. This includes disabled people who are conveniently located close to the doctor's surgery, bus stops, so they can still keep an independent life. They could get moved to anywhere in the city, they've no idea where. I've also met with teachers at Archbishop Somers School who are fighting to expand school places, who've been subject to botched pupil number counts by the council that have put their plans in jeopardy. I've also heard about the planned closure of Durning Library. Closing this library would rip the cultural heart out of Princes Ward. For me, someone who used libraries from being a small child up until, forever, I still use the library. I don't think I would be where I am now. I don't think I'd have the career I have now if it wasn't for the library offering me sanctuary and a place to learn. I know this is true for many people. Having found out about these issues, I looked at the Green Party and explored whether or not they had any track record in achievements in these areas, and found that in Bristol, the Green Party have recently halted the closure of 7 libraries because they found viable, cost-effective alternatives to their closure. In Streatham, the Green Party also challenged a council decision to close and demolish the Glebe elderly housing complex, because again, they found a cost-effective solution to its closure. I think it's possible to lay the foundations and build a society that enables anyone from whichever social or economic background you might have to thrive together as a community. Every person deserves to have a voice and a say, for it to be heard and acted upon, that you can influence decisions and you can make change. Overall though, I'm not a fan of being in the public eye. It's not easy for me to stand here and talk to you like this. It feels incredibly awkward, and I work in media, so I know exactly what it means. And if I can step up and open my mouth as I am doing now, anyone can, and everyone should. That's why I'm Marie James, and I'm standing for election as your local councillor in Princes Ward.